Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Dr. Tom LaHue, and we're going to be talking about Enneagram Type 4, and we're going to be talking about good jobs or good career paths that might align with an Enneagram Type 4 person. Before we get started, just a reminder, in the description below is a link to my website, tomlahue.com. I do offer Enneagram coaching. I have a 3-month program that is called Present to Life. It's about you and around you and designed around you and your relationships to help you be more present to life. If you're struggling with your goals or struggling with knowing what's next for you or having problems in your relationship, it just doesn't feel like that magic is there like it used to be, look, you're not alone. I want to help you and walk beside you. Also, I have a lot of different courses about the Enneagram and just some general courses on having a better life. You can find all of that information on my website, tomlahue.com. All right, let's jump into this morning and talk about Enneagram Type 4s. Now, 4s, you know, are the individualists, the romantics, the healers, and 4s are not going to conform to everybody else's opinions or ideas just because that's what they want them to do. They have this strong sense of identity and a need to be true to that identity and to express that identity, and often look very creative or unusual. Sometimes in a negative context, you might think of like weird or strange or dramatic. And okay, so we get it, right? So let's talk about some general things that 4s might be looking for in a career path or choosing a career path. You know, it's not uncommon for us to struggle at certain points in our life to know, like, what am I here to do? Like, what am I supposed to be doing with my life? What path should I go down? Should I be a nurse? Should I be a doctor? Should I be a bus driver? And there's just a lot of different options out there. And, you know, probably not every option is available to you. I mean, maybe you don't get the chance to be an astronaut, but surely there are lots of options in front of us, and it can be overwhelming sometimes to know where you fit or to know what is going to be meaningful to you. And I think 4s, more than any other type, are going to be people that need a job that resonates with them. Like, I don't want to just go and do a job all day. I don't want to just go and give my life away to some company or some corporation or some, business that I don't really care about, I'm not passionate about. I want to find something that aligns with my own sense of self, something that resonates with who I am, that I can feel passionate about, that feels meaningful to me. And I just want you to realize, like, not everybody thinks like that. I think it's a good thing. I'm an ENFP, and a lot of 4s are INFPs, and so there's a lot of things that 4s and 7s kind of share in common. The willingness to stand out and be different and want to do something that feels meaningful and authentic and individual and all of those good things, I think, that balance sometimes that desire that some people have to just get a job or be successful at any cost. We want to do something that feels rich and rewarding. So I wrote down a list of 10 things that I think Type 4s would want from a job. And then when we're done with this list of 10 things, basic general things that I think every 4 would just assume that, yes, of course, doesn't everybody want this from their job? And then after we get done with that list, then I've got 10 suggestions of possible jobs for 4s, 10 career paths that might resonate or connect with this list of 10 things you want from a job. So 10 actual job suggestions. Okay, so let's jump into this. What do Type 4s want from a job? Number 1, something that allows them to express their creativity. Something that allows them to express their unique calling, their unique design. And 4s thrive in careers that allow them to express their individual beliefs, their individual passion, their individual creativity. Something that is probably going to be artistic or imaginative, these fields where they can express their unique perspective. Think of the opposite, a career where you can't express anything about you. Like you're just a drone. Show up in this uniform, stand here in this line, pull this lever, do this thing that's asked of you. Anybody could replace you. That's going to feel pretty difficult or not very meaningful. All right, number 2, a job that allows for emotional depth and meaning. Emotional depth and meaning. something that allows a person to explore the complex human experience. I can see where that could be particularly fulfilling for type 4s. Maybe seeking roles that resonate with their own unique ideas or feelings. So something that provides a certain level of emotional depth or meaning, something that feels purposeful. It feels like you're making a difference in some way. You're not just climbing a mountain. You're not just producing more gadgets to be sent around the world, but something that you really believe in, something that you feel like is making a difference that aligns and connects with your own beliefs and your own belief system. All right, number 3. I was trying to, why make this more difficult than it is? Your belief system. So number 3, authenticity. Careers that allow a 4 to be authentic and true to themselves are crucial. So it's going to be less satisfied in roles that require them to conform to a standard template or suppress their individuality. So again, think like a factory worker, think like a bus driver, like I mentioned before, move more to the realm of like teacher or pastor or politician or anything that allows you to like speak to people, to inspire people, to communicate values that are important to you in a way to help other people or bring to light that information to other people so that they could be informed. Dietitian, nutritionist. Okay. Number 4, something that provides personal significance. You can see there's a pattern here, right? I mean, we're definitely creating sort of a pattern. Something that allows creative expression, something that is emotional depth and meaning, something that allows authenticity, and something that feels personally significant. In other words, I've got to resonate with this. If I'm going to show up fully and do this work well, it needs to be something I'm already passionate about, or something I could get passionate about, something that has a sense of purpose and meaning and is an outlet for me to express and engage that, that expresses that meaning. So a work that is personally significant and aligns with their values, they want to feel connected to their work at a deep level or something that's meaningful. Now contrast that with maybe a 3, who might work for a company that they don't really even buy their products or believe in their products, but the company allows a clear path or trajectory to move upward and to be successful. Or a 9, who might be happy just having a job and then finds their purpose in their family or finds their purpose in their hobbies or their church involvement. It doesn't necessarily need to align that significantly, not always, but I'm trying to make some contrast here. All right, number 5, a job that provides opportunity for self-reflection. An opportunity for self-reflection. So roles that allow for introspection, self-reflection, exploring your inner world. You may find fulfillment in careers that encourage this exploration. Like we're going to get into some specific jobs like think counselor, therapist, something that allows travel, writer. Okay, those kinds of things. All right, number 6, a job that allows or encourages helping or inspiring others. Helping or inspiring others. Remember, one of the names for the 4 is the healer. So getting into other people's lives, helping other people unpack their trauma, helping other people see their trauma and then heal from that without, cutting corners or just giving glib answers. So helping and inspiring others, impacting other people's lives positively through teaching, counseling, the arts, and other means of expression or inspiration or support, again, ministry. Okay, number 7, a job that allows for flexibility and autonomy. So 4s, I think the never ever behavior to do to a 4 was never try to control a 4. And so giving them some freedom, some leeway to allow them to do their job in their own way and get their results without micromanaging them. Think that line to 1 and how 1s could frustrate 4s sometimes. So flexibility and autonomy, allowing 4s to work independently, to be a part of a group, but not necessarily too attached to the group, but allowing them their own independence and to do their work to some degree on their own terms. I think that would be positive to a 4. All right, number 8, connection to a greater cause. You see a theme develop. You've got to see a theme developing here. Connection to a greater cause. Being a part of something bigger than themselves, whether it's a social cause or an artistic movement or a cultural cause, something that could be a deep philosophical pursuit. Maybe you're a deep theologian and you want something that aligns with that. Or maybe you're very much into the world of self-help or nutrition or wellness or yoga or whatever it is that you feel like is such great information. It could even be the Enneagram. Such great information, other people just aren't informed. And I need to help them to see their error and inform them so that they can be inspired to make a change in their life. And so I can see this very much aligning with 4s, maybe outliers a little bit on society. So it could be the world of natural medicine. It could be the world of, it could be anything. But I live out here and I see the value of this movement. It could be the green movement, whether that means to you environmentalism or whether it means to you the legalization of cannabis, whatever. But things that are on the outlier of society that you realize are helpful to you and make a difference for you, and now you want other people to know this and be informed about it. Okay, so it could be deep philosophical pursuit or something that provides you with a sense of fulfillment that you want to share with others. Okay, you see a pattern here developing. Number 9, a recognition for unique contributions. So 4s are not 3s, but 4s still, as all of us do, want to be recognized. And I would say, appreciated or admired or validated, whatever word you want to throw in here. But I think with 4s, it's not just, don't just recognize, my work, but recognize my unique contribution. While not always seeking to be in the spotlight, type 4s appreciate recognition for their unique skills and contributions and the value that they bring, and the value of just being seen for who they are and understood for their unique contributions or their individuality. And number 10, a job that allows for variety and novelty. A job that allows, I can't speak. You can hear my sinuses are all jammed up too, but variety and novelty. Careers that offer a sense of opportunity to experience new things, new cultures, new forms of expression. I can see 4s loving to travel and see the world and see how other people live, like anthropologists, understanding how, and sociologists, understanding how other cultures do things. There's a little bit, don't take this the wrong way, and I don't mean it as I don't mean it in a negative connotation, but there is a deviant quality about 4s, right? Deviating away from the norm. Think everybody else conforms and 4s deviate or differentiate away. And deviants love other cultures. They love the way other people do things. They want to understand the way other people do things, how they eat, how they socialize, how they date, how they dance, and then being sort of enamored with this other culture or this other way people express themselves. And then maybe bringing that back into your own culture, and you're going to look like a deviant. You're dressing like, other people, your manners, your speaking style. And I think 4s thrive in that kind of environment, like being an international exchange student and being the outsider. You feel like an outsider, and so now that you live in Panama and you are a student and you're from Canada or you're from, Europe somewhere, you definitely stand out and are different, and everybody notices and recognizes you because of your accent, because of your manners, and you're living your best life because you're living in another culture that's not like the, vulgarians that you grew up with in your small town of Iowa that you were born in. So you're enamored with this other culture, this other way of doing things, this other, and you're studying that and just, taking it all in and absorbing it, while at the same time, from everyone who lives there, from their perspective, you are the different one who, is from a different, I could see that just being an ideal, for a 4. And as a 7, I love the idea of traveling and seeing things too, but it's because I just don't want to be bored. All right. So preventing a sense of stagnation and routine. So variety and novelty in their jobs. So certainly from this list, there's a lot of, we're painting a picture here of now what jobs align with all that. What jobs would allow for that? Well, and I want to begin by saying, as we go down this list of 10 possible career paths for the Type 4, that this is meant to just be a discussion starter. This isn't meant in any way to frame you in and say, this is what you'd be good at, because maybe you've tried a few of these things and you're like, I'm not good at it. Okay, fair enough. It doesn't mean that you are going to be good at these or find these fulfilling. And it doesn't mean you can't do anything you want to do. Absolutely. Do anything you want to do. Do any career that is meaningful to you. Okay, I'm not in any way trying to limit anybody with this. It's just a fun video, a discussion starter to kind of, get you to see yourself from another perspective, from an outsider's perspective. Okay, I'm not a 4, and so there's no way I could see the world from the eyes or the lens of a 4. And so this is an outsider's perspective, saying, hey, from what I know about 4s, and if this aligns with you in any way, then maybe these career paths could be explored by you. And some of them are not necessarily going to be very good paying career paths, but they might think of them more as like hobbies or way of expressing yourself on the weekends, okay? Because you may not find a paying job. For like number 1, for example, an artist. Again, there are people who have great success as artists, right? And they paint pictures, or they do music, or they do, sculpture or drama or whatever. And they make a great living at it. But they're probably like this 1% or 2% of artists that, they do plays and shows and local theaters and all of that kind of thing. And again, as an ENFP, I love that world. I love the world of expression and art and drama and all that stuff. So I get it. But probably most of us are not going to make a great living as an artist. You might. You might be the one. Okay, so don't not believe in yourself. You very well might be the one. But it might start as sort of a kitchen table business for you. In other words, you might have to go get a job you hate, doing something that feels very mundane to you. And then in the evenings and weekends, doing your art shows or doing your, your bazaars or whatever. I know you probably hate that idea of like craft bazaars and that kind of thing, but making your soap, making your art, making your wind chimes, making your leather goods, making your, whatever it is that you love, your perfumes that you make, your perfume oils, your herbal remedies, whatever it is that you love that is your art, your music, however it is you're expressing yourself in that unique way, it may have to start as, a part-time business. Now, you could go all in if you got people that'll finance you and back you and you can live in mom's garage, then great. I mean, go for it, right? Go for it. But for most people, it's probably going to be like a part-time hobby job. And then as you start to, get better and better and improving, people are buying your stuff. Good for you, man. Great. Fantastic. That's our hope, is that you would be able to find this expressive, artistic outlet where you can do this creative, amazing stuff and get paid for it. That would be fantastic. Okay, so artist, whether that's music, writing, performance, expressing your unique talents and vision, whatever, okay? All right, number 2, writer and author. Again, if you can go all in on this, then by all means, there are people that are very successful. They make a ton of a great living doing this. But for most people, don't be afraid to start small. Don't be afraid to work. If you're writing poems, for example, and you're putting that on Instagram or putting that on TikTok, don't be afraid to, self-publish that and make that available for $4 or $6 until you start to build and build and build and grow. Okay, so writer, author, fiction, poetry, personal essays, expressing your creative inner world. Okay, fantastic. Or maybe you have to do copywriting or something like that for a business. Helping in a more productive, constructive way, because you can't, at this point, make a living just writing the kind of stuff you would like to write. All right, number 3, musician or composer. Musician or composer. Music offers an emotional or expressive outlet, aligning well with Type 4's desire for authenticity and depth. So again, If you can do this full time, notice you're seeing a certain pattern here developing, right? Just like we saw in the other list. You got artist, writer, author, musician, composer. It's all trying to express that 4s have this deep inner world, and they feel the need to, and we're all blessed when they share this deep inner world, these deep inner thoughts, this deep inner unique ways of expressing themselves. When they share this with the world and they allow, their creativity to be expressed, the rest of us can then see, that amazing work and benefit from it. All right, so musician, composer. Now, this could be anything from being the church organist at the big Lutheran church, down on Main Street in Elm, to actually, having your own studio or creating digital music. There's 1,000, or just getting a guitar and writing songs and trying to sell those songs, or performing those songs at the local steakhouse I live in Daytona, so all these like seafood restaurants, every Friday, Saturday night, they've got somebody up there doing live music. Probably 9s, 7s, and 4s, okay? Number 4, a graphic designer. Now this one, again, another way to express your artistic self by creating graphics for companies. Now this one might be even harder and harder to get into now that there's so many ways of doing this yourself online, but I think probably 20 years ago, this would have been a great job, working for newspapers. Again, you're probably saying, what's a newspaper? Or magazines, businesses. Again, a productive way to express your unique ability to see things and design things. Okay, graphic designer. Number 5, counselor or therapist. Counselor or therapist. Somebody that is able to make some space for other people's chaos in their life, and then not afraid to enter into that chaos with another person, walk with them through to a solution, and even challenge them and be direct and straightforward and challenge people's garbage to deal with stuff that maybe they don't want to deal with. People like 7s, for example, who want to run away from their pain. A 4 could be very helpful to help me slow down and not live in denial, but accept the brokenness and then move through to a place of healing. So calling out people's garbage while offering, some hope that they are strong enough to make it through it. So artist, writer, author, musician, composer, graphic designer, counselor, therapist, helping other people navigate these difficult emotions that some of us don't want to deal with. Number 6, fashion designer. Number 6, fashion designer. So the whole world of fashion, think, that whole world of modeling and fashion and creating unique items. I've got a friend who's a 4-wing 3, and he has a whole website with a great business where he makes wallets, and he makes, all kinds of man gear. He makes all kinds of stuff for like concealed carry, that kind of thing, that is unique. And before I saw anybody else, these little flat wallets that are, high end, beautiful, well constructed out of steel and leather and just, neat stuff. Not afraid to like push the envelope. And so I could see like all kinds of accessories, not just fashion, but just creating unique items for people that they need, but doing it in a way that's maybe never been done before. That's beautiful for stuff. And that could even be like architecture, like building buildings that that aren't just functional, but express, some kind of design behind them, or some kind of purposeful, unique design behind them. Think like the Frank Lloyd Wright kind of architecture. Anything in the world of beauty or cosmetology. What is this other word I wrote? I can't read it. Oh, I know what it is. I put this stupid word there because it just seemed right to me. The world of panache. Panache. I'll just leave it at that. I'm not even really sure 100% what that word means, but it's just kind of like bougie. That whole world of bougie stuff, right? I think that's just beautiful things for certain 4s, probably 4-wing 3s, to enter into that world of fashion and panache, exquisite taste, and just helping people learn to set themselves apart, whether it's through the beauty of their eyes, seeing that in a person, seeing, wow, this person has beautiful eyes and they don't really know how to, do the makeup right for this. So I'm going to help them, stand out because of their unique eyes or their whatever. Okay. The world of panache. Again, I know it's cringy. I'm doing the best I can, okay? Number 7, interior designer. And again, that kind of goes back to that idea of like architecture, right? That could be like the, the more science approach or mathematical approach, but interior design. Feng shui, being able to like go into a room and just see, this is all wrong. Like the energy of this is all wrong. And being able to just see what other people cannot see. If you've ever watched any of these home and garden TV shows, where they come in and they remodel a house or remodel apartments, it's amazing. I mean, you kind of need like that line to one, of like being able to do hard work and being, motivated to make things better and tidy and clean and nice. But then what a great thing to be a 4 and to like see like how this cramped, dark, dingy space could be completely, refreshed and rethought, repurposed. I think, man, 4s, you are designed for that kind of work. Let's face it, 1s come in, they make it better, but they make it better in black and white. 4s come in, they make it better, and they make it better in vivid color and in high definition. So I can see anything that has that world of coming into a place and remodeling, redesigning, restructuring, interior design. Okay? These drapes are awful. Take them off the wall. We're starting from scratch. Okay? It's artistic. All right. So I can see that whole world, of from the hospitality industry to home refurbishment to, rental management of properties to hotel, all kinds of options there. All right, number 8, actor and performer. Actor and performer. Again, this could be a hobby, this could be an interest, this could develop into something, or maybe you could sell the farm and move out to LA and go big. Okay, if you can, or New York. Acting provides an outlet for deep emotions, a rich inner life of 4s. Again, I think, maybe you could just join your local improv theater. I've done that. It's a lot of fun. A lot of 7s there. But I noticed there's a lot of 9s and a lot of 4s and a lot of other people as well. But that whole world of acting and expressing, comedies and tragedies. Okay, you get it. Number 9, photographer. Now, I don't know about this one. Number 9, photographer. I could see where you might get tired and frustrated with all the weddings and all the birthdays and all this. I'm not saying that that's necessarily your gig. It could be, but I could see where that you might love it. Okay, doing one wedding after another. I could see you more of a wedding coordinator, or a wedding designer, but I think more of like artistic photography. I think that's going to be what you would love, is creating beautiful art through photography, but maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so number 10, social worker. Social worker. Type 4s, I could see 2s, 4s, 9s, probably maybe some 6s, but inclined toward helping professions that they find fulfilling, making a difference in people's lives, working deeply and connecting deeply with other people and individuals to support them through their challenges. Now, this is just the beginning point. Like I said, you're not limited in any way to these, but I just wanted you to see maybe some ideas or some patterns that start to develop here of things that you might resonate with you as a 4 and when you're looking for a job in general. And then here's some specific types of jobs that I think might align with the good stuff from what we know and think about 4s. All right, thank you guys for joining me for this video. If you've got other ideas or other job come to your mind, or if you've tried some of these and hated it, whatever, put it in the comments below. I love reading comments, and let's get the discussion started. So thank you guys, and as always, be present to life. I'll see you next time.